off, and the raft was littered up with leaves and branches and dirt. So she'd had a rough time. I made fast and laid down under Jim's nose on the raft, and began to gap and stretch my fists out against Jim, and says, "Hello, Jim, have I been asleep? Why didn't you stir me up?" "Good gracious, is that you, Huck? And you ain't dead? You ain't drownded? You's back again? It's too good for true, honey, it's too good for true. Let me look at you, child, let me feel of you. No, you ain't dead. You's back again, live and sound, just the same old Huck. The same old Huck, thanks to goodness. What's the matter with you, Jim? You been a-drinkin'?" "Drinkin'? Has I been a-drinkin'? Has I had a chance to be a-drinkin'?" "Well, then, what makes you talk so wild?" "How does I talk wild?" "How? Why, hain't you been talking about my comin' back and all that, as if I'd been gone away?" "Huck Finn, you look me in the eye. Look me in the eye. Hain't you been gone away?" "Gone away? Why, what in the nation do you mean? I hain't been gone anywheres. Where would I go to?" "Well, looky here, boss, dey's something wrong, dey is. Is I me, or who is I? Is I here, or where is I? Now dat's what I wants to know." "Well, I think you're here plain enough, but I think you're a tangle-headed old fool, Jim." "I is I? Well, you answer me dis. Didn't you tote out de line in de canoe for to make fast to de towhead?" "No, I didn't. What towhead? I ain't seen no towhead." "You hain't seen no towhead? Looky here, didn't de line pull loose and de raft go a-hummin' down de river and leave you in de canoe behind in de fog?" "What fog?" "Why, de fog that's been around all night. And didn't you whoop and didn't I whoop, till we got mixed up in de islands, but one of us got lost and the other one was just as good as lost, 'case he didn't know where he was? And didn't I bust up agin a lot of dem islands and have a turrible time and most get drownded? Now ain't that so, boss? Ain't it so? You answer me dat." "Well, this is too many for me, Jim. I hain't seen no fog, nor no islands, nor no troubles, nor nothin'. I've been settin' here talkin' with you all night till you went to sleep about 10 minutes ago, and I reckon I done the same. You couldn't have got drunk in that time, so of course you've been dreamin'." "Dad fetch it, how was I gwine to dream all that in 10 minutes?" "Well, hang it all, you did dream it, because there didn't any of it happen." "But, Huck, it's all just as plain to me as—" "It don't make no difference how plain it is, there ain't nothing in it. I know, because I've been here all the time." Jim didn't say nothing for about 5 minutes, but set there studying over it. Then he says, "Well, den, I reckon I did dream it, Huck. But dog my cats if it ain't the powerfulest dream I ever see. And I hain't ever had no dream before that's tied me like this one." "Oh, well, that's all right, because a dream does tire a body like everything sometimes. But this one was a stavin' dream. Tell me all about it, Jim." So Jim went to work and told me the whole thing right through, just as it happened, only he painted it up considerable. Then he said he must start in and 'terpret it, because it was sent for a warnin'. He said the first towhead stood for a man that would try to do us some good, but the current was another man that would get us away from him. The whoops was warnin's that would come to us every now and then, and if we didn't try hard to make out to understand them, they'd just take us into bad luck, 'stead of keeping us out of it. The lot of towheads was troubles we was going to get into with quarrelsome people, and all kinds of mean folks, but if we minded our business and didn't talk back and aggravate them, we would pull through and get out of the fog and into the big clear river, which was the Free States, and wouldn't have no more trouble. It had clouded up pretty dark just after I got on to the raft, but it was clearing up again now. "Oh, well, that's all interpreted well enough as far as it goes, Jim," I says. "But what does these things stand for?" It was the leaves and rubbish on the raft, and the smashed oar. You could see them first-rate now. Jim looked at the trash, and then looked at me, and back at the trash again. He had got the dream fixed so strong in his head that he couldn't seem to shake it loose and get the facts back into its place again right away. But when he did get the thing straightened around, he looked at me steady, without ever smiling, and says, "What do dey stand for? I's gwine to tell you. When I got all wore out wid work, and would callin' for you and went to sleep, my heart was most broke because you was lost, and I didn't keer no more what become of me and de raft. When I wake up and find you back again, all safe and sound, de tears come, and I could 'a' got down on my knees and kissed your foot, I was so thankful. And all you was thinking about was how you could make a fool of old Jim wid a lie. Dat truck is trash, and trash is what people is dat puts dirt on de head of their friends and makes 'em ashamed." Then he got up and walked to the wigwam and went in there without saying anything but that. But that was enough. It made me feel so mean I could almost kissed his foot to get him to take it back. It was 15 minutes before I could work myself up to go and humble myself to a nigger, but I done it, and I weren't ever sorry for it afterwards, neither. I didn't do him no more mean tricks, and I wouldn't 'a' done that one if I'd 'a' knowed it would make him feel that way. End of chapter 15.